Hi, welcome to another episode of Autobuddy. In this episode, I want to touch upon a touchy topic, that of branding. I'll tell you where this is coming from. MG Motors India recently launched the MG Gloster with prices ranging between 28.29 lakhs and 35.38 lakhs ex showroom. This is a really competitive price for the features and specs that this mammoth SUV offers. Of course, it has to resort to such competitive pricing if it wants to compete with the two big rivals in the segment, the Ford Endeavour and Toyota Fortuner. Now, ever since the MG Gloster was announced, I've been getting calls from people asking me if they should or shouldn't consider it compared to the Endeavour or Fortuner. The biggest reason I've heard is that people think it is Chinese. This brings up an interesting aspect of MG Motors products in India. Is it Chinese or not? How would you look at it? Facts. MG Motor India, or Morris Garages as the brand likes to call itself, is a subsidiary of SAIC Motors, one of the largest car makers in China. The company has tie-ups with General Motors and Volkswagen among others. MG Motors entered India in 2017, taking over an old General Motors plant in Halol, Gujarat. Uh, MG or Morris Garages is a British brand that has a long heritage of some classic sports cars and also ran the Rover brand at one point. This company ran into trouble in the mid 2000s and was acquired by a Chinese company, Nanjing. Now, SAIC acquired Nanjing in 2007, and since then, the MG brand has become a part of SAIC's portfolio. SAIC uses MG for all its launches in international markets, while it sells vehicles under other brands in the Chinese market. So, are the products that MG sells in India, the Hector, the ZS and the Gloster, British or Chinese? That depends on how you perceive it, by brand or company ownership. The thing is, these three are all designs that didn't exist or have precedence in the original MG lineup when it was a British company. The Hector is based on the Baojun 530, an SUV that is sold in the Chinese market, but with an engine sourced from Fiat in India. The ZS is a brand that MG originally used on a sedan, but has been rejigged for an electric crossover in India and petrol in other markets. It was designed ground up in China, and this brings us to the Gloster. It is a rebadged Maxus D90 that sells in the Chinese market. However, MG wants to play on the heritage of its British roots, and hence you won't see any association with China in any of its communication or branding, which is a good thing given the current sentiment in India towards brands associated with China. This brings me back to the question, is MG Chinese or British, or should we even consider it Indian? Well, fact. It has invested over 2,000 crore rupees in India and has announced investments up to 5,000 crores to expand its production facilities in the country. Fact, it provides direct employment to over 1,700 Indians in the country through its plant. Fact, it is setting up dealerships and distribution around India, providing indirect employment and contributing to the economy. And it pays taxes in the country, adding to revenue collections. Being an automobile brand, it is much more deep rooted in the Indian economy compared to, say, mobile apps or even cell phone brands. Now, should the brand ownership really bother you? Is it Chinese or British? And how much of a role does a brand's heritage really play? Let us know in the comments below.